4 months ago, Better World Books closed their Goshen location. Many people were disappointed that downtown didn't have a bookstore anymore. But a small group of people got together and created Fables Books. I'm Brian Sapp with Going Local, and for this week's episode, we're going to go inside and see what's new.
Already got a family waiting for us to open our doors, which is super exciting. So here we go. Waving to everybody outside, and our doors are open. Yay! We're on Facebook Live. Hi. Hi. People as they come in.
Let's just stop the story here. We'll start back at the beginning, back when Better World Books decided they were going to close the Goshen store. It seems like a few people all had the same idea.
When Better World decided to close, I was one of the first people who started making phone calls and seeing what was what.
Brad called me within a few hours of finding out that Better World had closed and said, "So, are you ready to open a bookstore?" And my response was, "Yes, but I have no money."
I had seen it on Facebook, and I immediately turned to my husband, Mark, and said, "You want to open a bookstore now?" And he goes, "You research it, I'll support you." So I slept on it, and then the next day I called Brad and said, "What do I need to do to open a bookstore?"
Now, Kristen and Veronica both knew Brad because they worked for him when he was the store manager. He helped found a store back in 2008 and ran it until 2014.
Where I don't think I truly believed right at that first hour that we were going to open something, but I also wasn't ruling it out, and I certainly was open to discussion.
To be honest, we needed all six of us. The six of us that started, everybody contributed in some way, and it wouldn't have happened without all six.
And it was mostly just like, well, what would it take? And then what do we need? And is this real? And are you willing to, work for a long time without getting paid? And when the answers all came back right, then we were like, okay, we're gonna do it.
Even though it was only 4 months, they say that time was packed with a flurry of activity.
I'd like to say it was a extremely efficient process, but it probably wasn't. It was exciting, and it was a whirlwind.
It's gone so fast. Some days it feels like yesterday, and some days it feels like a year ago.
I mean, at first it was just ideas spinning around.
Finding furniture, it was coming in and cleaning, it was painting the walls, it was getting donations. Like, we immediately put out a cry and said, okay, we're opening a bookstore, but we need your help.
We couldn't have done it anywhere else. This community has donated books. They have showed up for volunteer days. They have called us and said, what can we do? Just when you think things aren't going to work out, they absolutely do.
But it was exciting because this is it. We are now open every day from now on.
And after talking to some of the customers on the first day, it sure seems like they were successful in creating something new that everybody can enjoy.
Now I'm pretty happy again because it's kind of like another Better World Books, but it's like even more books. It's really cool.
We could not be more happy to have a place where we can come, find books, donate our old books, support the community, and just have places to read and hang out with people.
Just checking out the new store. We were big fans of the old location and kind of wanted to see what it was like now that they've brought it back.
We just stopped by because we were waiting for the store to open. Kind of worked next door, so we'd walk by it every day and just came in to check it out and grab some books.
I can see that there's room for it to grow. I love that. My kids love it. They're over there reading, having a good time.
And I see you're walking out with a few books today, so I think your trip was successful. What'd you think about the new bookstore? They're still getting set up.
It's nice.
Great
Yeah,
so
the
far.
furniture is really cool in here too.
Yeah, it's got a good atmosphere. A lot more seating spaces than there was before. So I kind of like that it's more focused on sitting down and browsing.
Almost from the beginning, the community threw their support behind a new bookstore.
I worried at the beginning about where the books were going to come from, and then they just materialized. So virtually every book that's on the shelves right now was donated by the community. So we're taking books that people don't need anymore, and we're putting them back in other people's hands, and it's amazing.
The Indiegogo was a crazy success. It's been really astounding, and it's kind of humbling.
Reassuring. It was like, okay, I'm not alone in wanting this bookstore. I'm not alone in this this need for a community bookstore, and that I'm supported, and this is going to be a success.
I just feel like that's what defines Goshen. You know, people have ideas and everybody in the community comes around to support them when it's something that's going to be good for the whole community.
But it all led me to wonder, why is a bookstore so important in Goshen?
I love walking in and smelling the books. That's kind of like my big thing. Like, I go to the library a lot, and the bookstore is just nice because you can really expand your collection.
It's a place for us all to come to learn, grow, read.
We do a lot of our browsing digitally now, so it's nice to be able to actually come in and look at a book and maybe find some older books and stuff that wouldn't be online or easy to even find out about online.
The community needs a bookstore because books are part of our story.
If someone takes the time to read, then you know a little bit about them. I'd say the same thing's sort of true for a community. Like, having a bookstore means something.
We've talked many times in our owner group about being the community's living room. If the restaurants down the street are your dining room and the street is the place where you go from place to place, here is where you can sit down, you can relax, you can find something that stimulates your brain or lets you escape.
It's maybe a little flippant to say, but I like to think that a town without a bookstore is a town without a soul. Like, it's the kind of the core of our shared knowledge as a people.
I hope that 6 months or a year from now, these shelves are full, crammed, and that there's people in here every day finding new and exciting things to read.
What's the best part so far?
All the books.
Now, even though they're open and serving customers, Fables says they're not done. They've got plans to bring more merchandise. They're adding books every day. So come on out and see if you can't find something to read. The link to the website and to their Facebook page with times that they're open and the location is down below. Thanks for watching this video. Hit the like button, share it so that other people can go local with us. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. Hit that like page button if you're watching this on Facebook so that you can continue to go local.